Welcome to Coach Taylor's class notes, and today we're going to talk about exponential regression. So the first thing we need to do is we need to remind ourselves of what is our exponential equation. And our exponential equation is y equals a parentheses b to the x. So we need to remember that our a value is our y-intercept, our b value is our rate or ratio, and then our x, come on colors, is our exponent. So for this and for exponential regression, we're going to need to use Desmos. So what we want to do is we want to first put in our table. So the way that we put a table into Desmos is we need to hit the plus sign on the left, and then we need to hit table. And now we just simply need to type in all of our values. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Nope, that's a decimal. We need a 10. Okay. So I've got those in there. So 2.6, 3.91, 5.88, 8.85, 13.31, 20.01, 30.1, 45.27, 68.10, 9 is 102.42, and then 10 is 154.05. So if you can hit that plus sign on the side of the table, I don't know if it's going to let me, it'll zoom in, it'll show you all of your points. So now we need to type in this equation right here underneath our table. So we're going to hit Y, and then you just need to hit the 1 button. That's all you need to do. And then we need to remember that we need to use our squiggle. So our squiggle is either shift and the button to the left of 1, or we can go ABC on our keyboard, and our squiggle is going to be right there. And then we're going to type in AB. Then we're going to hit our A to the B button so that we can type in our X. And then we're simply going to type in 1, and Desmos does the rest. So Desmos is going to give us our A value. Our A value is our y-intercept, 2.59989. And it's going to give us our B value, which is our rate or our ratio, 1.50408. And if we notice, our B value is greater than 1, so it's growth. And if we had simply looked at our table, we would have known that all of those values are increasing. So yes, it would be a growth graph. So now we write our equation. Remember, y equals a parentheses b to the x. So y equals, our a is 2.59989. You can round these numbers, but if you round them, sometimes they give you different answers. And so let's just write the whole thing in, our b value and to the x. So we want to type in this equation, y equals 2.59989, parentheses 1.50408, parentheses. And then we can use this data to predict what the value of, let's say, a car, or the value of a baseball card, or the value of land is going to be in the future. So now we turn our equation into a table, and let's say 15 years. So after 15 years, what is this thing going to be worth? Hold on, I didn't write something right. I forgot my X. And if you forget your X, you're going to hit the same number over and over again. So make sure you have that X, make sure you have that exponent. All right, table, I need you to go back to where you were. Okay, we're just going to start over and create a new table. All right, so after 15 years, whatever this item is, it's going to be worth $1,185.82. Let's look 30 years in the future. So we get $540,857.76. I'm just making up So let's say it's a baseball card that 30 years later, it's going to be worth $500,000, and the person who bought it for $2.60. And so that's why we really appreciate and like these exponential equations, is because we can see how those things grow and how those values change. So let's do the same thing for this one. So the first thing we need to do is we need to hit plus, and we need to create a table. Type in our values. Okay, so our first one is 200. Then we have 83.97. Ooh, this is a decay graph. 35.26. 3 is 14.8. 4 is 6.22. 2.61. 1.1. 0.46. 0.19. 0.08. 0.03. So again, we can hit that zoom in feature and zoom into our data. And then we need to go Y1, because if we look at our table, our X and our Y have 1. So that Y1 tells Desmos that we're going to use the values in the table. The approximate tells Desmos that we're going to guesstimate or make an educated guess on what the line should be. Then we're going to go A, B, hit our AB button, X1. And so that's going to give us our A value. That's going to give us our B value, 199.999. Our B value is going to be, we noticed that it was decaying, so it should be less than 1, which it is, which is 0.419864. And then our line of best fit is Y equals, we're going to write our A value, 199.999, parentheses, 0.419864, all to the X. So I put this part right here to show, so we could do what we did in the previous problem. But because these numbers are so small, we're going to get like 0.000006. And that's really not useful, and that really doesn't tell us anything. But it does tell us that the numbers are getting exponentially smaller. So let's not do that for this one. We did that for that one, which made more sense and helped us out. And that is how we do a exponential regression using Desmos.